What's up, YouTube? Just talking about some budget beater fixed blades. 3 of these, very good knives. One of them, pretty crap, but it's still a knife. The Kizer Baby, absolute winner. You get these for about $40. They're a 154 cm. Got a decent Kydex sheath. Great knife. This guy here, about $15-$20, absolute garbage. This camillus knife you can get at Walmart. It's called titanium. That's just what it says on the package. It's a 5-inch belt knife. Great knife for $10. And this cold steel Kuban, again, great steel. Great knife. It's in, I believe, OS 10 or OS 8. I'm sorry. The only problem with it, these Securex sheaths are garbage. All glass fiber reinforced sheaths are garbage. They just eat your edge up. No good. But the knife itself, for the money, great. I think these are around $30, $40, $30, something like that. Anyways, even this guy, as you can see, has been through hell and back. Just a tough, crappy fixed blade that will get the job done for not much money. You're not going to get any edge retention, but I'll tell you what, this thing's tough. And is a great beater if you go out to the rocks fishing or need a bait knife on the boat, whatever. It's just a piece of crap, but hey, it works. That thing is definitely cut some bait, I'll tell you that. You can see the corrosion on the screws, actually. Have no idea what steel it's made out of. Probably something like 3CR or some 420A, something like that. It's just crap steel. I wouldn't suggest it. I don't even know who makes it. But these three right here are great values for the money. Literal great values. In fact, the best value up here is this guy right here. At $10, this knife is freaking awesome. It's tough as all get out. I've batoned this thing through pressure treated lumber. I've cross grain batoned it through, like quite thick limbs. No problem. Is taking it. Believe it or not, it holds a decent edge. This handle material is not very good, but it gets nasty after a while. But for just a cheap little belt knife, this thing is freaking amazing. Like I said, no idea what steel it is. On the pack it just says titanium coated steel, which is not true, but it's just some steel with a satin on it. And I'm assuming probably 5CR or 7CR, but surprisingly that thing holds an edge decently if you're out there cutting, like organic type materials, be it feather sticking wood, batoning wood, working out in the garden, working out in the yard. It actually holds up really good. Now, if you're cutting abrasive items, yeah, it dulls pretty quickly, but that's just because of its super cheap steel composition and, just a cheap as they can do it heat treat to get decent performance. The 154 cm on this Kizer Baby does pretty good. Edge retention for normal EDC type stuff is great. Cutting boxes down, cardboard boxes down, plastics, whatever. The steel composition can actually put up some resistance to wear, so it doesn't just dull out like, say, this one would or this one would on, or this one would on, more abrasive type items that you're like synthetic abrasive items, cardboard, especially dirty cardboard, stuff like that. The steel actually holds up reasonably well to it, and the design is really good. I love the way this thing sets in hand. Be it choked up on it. There's some jimping right here on this ricasso area. Actually, nice jimping too that grabs you, but it's not painful. Won't wear a hole in your finger after a day's use. It's comfortable in pretty much any grip. This thing is a great skinning knife. Super value for $40. And the Kuban, really cool cold steel model that was said to be taken by CIA operatives over to the Middle East. It was their knife of choice. Who knows if that's true, but that's the story behind it anyways. But this little guy makes a good backyard knife. This thing has seen a lot of use. And it's only on its probably third or fourth edge. And still quite sharp, considering it gets beat the hell back out in the yard. You do some work out on a homestead, and yeah, this guy definitely gets used. And let me tell you, sorry, the paper was bent. Like, yeah, for as much use as that edge has seen, that is not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. That'll probably strop right back. Yes, yeah. And it's not even fraying the paper too much as it cuts it. Yeah, let's see. Hell, I didn't even feel it. No, that edge is not bad. Anyways, not a bad steel. Cold steel, I've never had a knife from them with a bad heat treat. This knife, I believe this is an AUS-8. I could be wrong, actually. I don't know. I'm not sure. I believe it is, though. But as you know, cold steel, good heat treats. Crossed all their steels. Never had a steel from them that didn't have a good heat treat. This thing has been beat to hell and back out in the backyard. This edge has probably been on here, 6 months and used a lot. Just a 600 grit Atoma edge, I believe. It may not be, but that's what it looks like. Yeah, it's probably a 600 Atoma. Anyhow, great knife for out in the yard. I know that it's a little bit funky design, but it's comfortable in hand, and if you're out working in the garden, this thing is great. It really is. Just as this guy's great, and the best value on the table right here. This knife has I've had it for a long time. Has a bunch of sharpenings on it. It is getting a little thick. As you can see, I've sharpened I'm way up on the plunge, so it's getting a big smile on it. But this thing's probably on its 10th, 12th edge, probably 10th edge. And hey, I will definitely go, when I see another one of these in Walmart, I will pick it up on the spot for $10. That is a hell of a good belt knife. I don't. It's so good, I don't even know what to say. If this knife was $40, the fit and finish wouldn't be okay for $40, but the performance of it would be reasonable for $40. I'm not kidding. That is a good knife. And as you can see, says camillus titanium. Now, as far as corrosion resistance, because this thing's left out in the yard, left in the boat, it stood up decently to corrosion. Not, it will get specks on it, but it's pretty good. If you see these in Walmart, get you one. I guarantee you, it will make you a good cheap belt knife. And I've also tip tested the hell out of that thing. That steel is tough. You know, considering it's not super thick tip. And you know, I've stabbed this into stuff, pried out of it, you know, or drilling in the wood with it, prying out, breaking stuff out of the wood like staples, blah blah blah. And I can't believe this tip is still there, and it's never broke on me one time. Chopped through freaking thick copper wire, chopped through steel staples, and it takes it. It is some tough stuff. So anyways, just, you know, some very cheap fixed blades that are actually good knives, minus one. Like I said, if you see this thing run, it is not worth $15. I wouldn't pay $5 for it again. You know, I got that as a gift, so it is what it is. But it's not a very good knife. These three, excellent knives for the money. And a super value right here. That is a damn good knife. Alright guys, y'all have a good night.